Hello, welcome to Homogenation. Today I'm joined with Felix from Capri Cheese. And because of Felix's rich Swiss heritage, he decided to join us today and make a traditional Swiss fondue. Hello, Felix.
Hi, Ken. Yeah, we're here at Homogenation having a custom demonstration of how to make a simple Swiss fondue. Basically use 50 to 60% Gruyere cheese, which comes from the Gruyere region of Switzerland. A very famous, well-known cheese, and it lends itself beautifully to make fondue. We add a little bit of my cheese to the St. Dorian to it, which is a sheep-goat blend, and you can use additional cheeses or different types of cheeses in that form. That's basically all there is to it. It's cheese, wine, and a little bit of starch with some garlic and nutmeg, and you have a perfect Swiss fondue. So what we already prior to you guys coming here did is grated cheese, added some liquid, added some garlic, and also there's garlic in the pot, and added some nutmeg. Just a tiny bit of nutmeg. You don't really have to do it. You can add other spices the way you like to, spice it up. So when you have a pot like this is a traditional fondue pot. It's a cast iron. It has a thick bottom, so you can have it on a flame. You can have it on a burner. Basically, you start putting this on your stove in your kitchen, and then you warm it up. So what you want to do is you want to, add the cheese to the pot. You don't want to overfill it. I would say, half full max. And then you use a acid liquid, such as white wine. You can use lemon and water. You can use apple juice and apple cider vinegar. Just make it so that it tastes slightly acidic to you. And the reason that is done is when in the end you bind this, you want the starch that you bind it with to react with the acid. And that will give you a nice homogeneous mass. You want to have the liquid just showing a little bit, just like you see it here, that there is a little bit of moisture. Because when it's eaten, it sits on the flame and it will constantly evaporate. And so if you have it too thick, too dry in the very beginning, then it will get thicker and thicker, and it will start to stick to the bottom, it will burn on the bottom. So you want to have it rather on the thinner side, because over the 15-20 minutes that you will be eating it, it will get thicker on its own. So when the temperature picks up here a little bit and we can start to see it bubbling, then the cheese will get soft enough so that you can stir in the starch. As you know, fondue is primarily a Swiss traditional dish from the western and west central regions, and where Gruyere cheese is produced. I mean, Gruyere is the main cheese that's been used for fondue. It's slightly fat reduced, but in general it's a whole fat cheese, and it makes a really nice, mellow, although not bland taste that is real tasty when you scoop it out with bread. So when we go to Switzerland on this cheese chocolate tour, which is right here, we're gonna travel in that area, And I think there's a nice big map in here, as you can see. So the region I'm talking about is mainly in this area, and it's close to Lake Geneva, but not quite. And it's the central region that produces most of the Gruyere cheese that's handled in the United States and everywhere. It gets exported mainly to, United States and other places in Europe. When you scoop it out, you take your bread cube and you make it so that you can stir, the mixture. That's kind of, so when you go in there, take that out for a second. You just, you stir it, keep it so, and get the cheese on there. And you're trying, of course, not to lose the cube. The person that loses the cube buys the next bottle of wine. And there it is.